Hey guys, my name is Confident and welcome to the first edition of Release Jam, where we share all of the cool and exciting features we shipped in the last 30 days. And by the way, all of the features we'll be taking a look at today are live on AppSmith, so you can go check them out and play around with them right after this. Are you excited for these features as much as I am? I'm sure you are, so let's get started. So the first feature we'll be taking a look at today is being able to reflow multiple widgets. So previously, you have been able to select a widget, for example, a single widget, and reflow it, like use it to move other widgets around, and that has worked really well. But with this new feature, it makes it possible to group a bunch of widgets and reflow that widget group. So for example, I can group the submit button and the audio recorder as one group, and use it to reflow other widgets on the page. For example, we have the image widget right here. I can use it to reposition the image widget wherever I want it to, and whenever I leave the drag experience, it actually locks down the position and puts everything in place. And this is very important because it makes it so much easier to build on complex applications with lots of widgets. You would not need to move just one widget at a time. Now you can group multiple widgets and move them around and have the reflow experience applied for you. And to make this work, we had to rewrite the drag and drop library on AppSmith to make it more performant, so you wouldn't experience any stuttering when trying to move widgets to the canvas. It's all going to be buttery smooth going forward. You might also have noticed that this new drag and drop experience will be the default going forward, because taking a look at the canvas, you actually don't have a toggle to return to the previous drag and drop experience. So this will be the default going forward, and would love you to share your feedback so that we can make this better and more performant for everyone. Moving to the next feature, we have super clean URLs available right now on AppSmith. I'm so excited about this feature that I had to design this whole page to show you how wonderful it is. So previously, you actually had application URLs that looked somewhat like this. So you have a really long URL with applications / the application ID, then you have pages / the page ID, and it's so long, it's not memorable, it's not nice. But with the super clean URL feature, it makes it so much easier to have nice application URLs as shown right here below it. So you have this application URL that tells you the application name, which is the to-do app in this case, the page, and also you have an ID identifying the application. This is so important because just by taking a look at the URL, I'm able to tell what app this link links to. I'm also able to tell what page I'll be taken to whenever I click on the link. So it's just so nice, and it makes it easier for me to remember what link does what, and also makes it easy for the browser autocomplete to work in this case, because the links are so short and so memorable. It's going to be nice for everyone. So this feature is available by default on all new applications you build on AppSmith. So I can quickly show you this. Whenever I go create a new application, for example, I have the new URL applied to the application. So updating the name of this application to my app, for example, you can see that we have my app showing up here as the application app name on the URL. And we also have a page here, so I can update this to something like my page, for example. And you can see we actually have the page name updated right here. So this works out of the box for new applications. But if you're coming in from an older application, it's also possible for you to upgrade your already existing applications to use the clean URL feature we just talked about. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Right here, I have an application with an old URL, as you can see. So to start the update, what I need to do is click on the lightning icon right here. So let's click on this, and let's go ahead to click on the update button. And this is going to update the application URL, as you can see right here. So now we have a nice, clean, readable URL for this old app that I had a while back. So this is a really nice feature. Do let us know what you think about it. The next feature we'll be taking a look at enables you to view the response of APIs and DB queries in various formats. So let me show you this real quick. So let's head back to the app, and I'm going to go to the third page, which actually has the demo I want to show you. So I have this simple Postgres query, which is a database query, and I can go run this, and you'd expect that since the data is being pulled from a table in a Postgres database, we should be able to view the response in a table format, which is shown here by default. But in certain cases, you can actually have a really long table and it's going to make it difficult to view all of the information in one place. So we created this response view switcher, which makes it possible for you to view data not only in table format but also in JSON and also in raw. So right now we're taking a look at the JSON view, and in just a single glance I'm able to see all of the properties that an item in the database has. And we can also go to the raw view, which displays the plain text response from the database. Now this is also available in APIs, so I have this API right here, which is a simple get users API. So I can go run this and you can see by default we actually have the JSON response of the users displayed on the response view, but I can actually go view this in a table format and see all of the information presented in a nice and clean way. And in certain cases, when you are dealing with APIs that return just plain text, you can also switch to the raw view to view all of that information. So this is a really convenient way to view responses in various types depending on what you're working on or what resource you're working with at the time. So let's go take a look at the last feature we'll be taking a look at in this episode of Release Jam. So let's go to the fourth page, and this feature allows you to use different button variants in a table widget. So I'm going to show you this by bringing in a table widget. So let's search for a table widget. I'm just going to place this right here and let's expand this so that we have it visible. All right, here we have a table widget with the default data in the table widget. You will notice that the action column is actually a button type because we can actually go take a look at it. So we have the action column right here, and taking a look at this, you can see that the column type is of type button. But under the button column type, we have a new property called button variant, which allows you to change the variant of the button displayed in the button column type. So we can change this from primary to secondary, for example, and we have an outline button, or we can make this tertiary, for example, and we have a button with no outline. So this makes it really easy to style your buttons and make sure you only have buttons that are actual CTAs visible in your application. So this is a really nice touch, and I'm sure you're going to check this out. We released so many other features in the last 30 days, including smart JSON substitution for the file store integration. We've also released being able to use array data types in multi-path form data. We've also released other features including better truncation and overflow for the text widget, and also support for min IO using the S3 integration. So there are many of these features and some other bug fixes I'm sure you would love to go check out. So I'm going to leave a link below to our monthly roundup for April so that you can go see all of these features in details and all of the bug fixes in details so that you can go check all of these out. Alright, that'll be all for this episode of Release Jam. I hope you found this feature helpful. Do let us know your favorite feature in this list and I'll catch you in the next Release Jam. Alright, take care. Bye bye.